am I truly behind? You just feel like a failure. You feel like your life is just not worth anything. First class trips, that go shopping and shop for only designer items. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope that you enjoyed today's video enough to be able to subscribe, to want to subscribe and check out my older videos. You're going to enjoy the vlogs and everything else. So, yeah, make sure you do that. Now, today's video is kind of different. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I'm just so grateful that I'm now able to do this. And this is something that everyone can relate to. And the vibe that I'm going with for this video is more like a chill approach. I don't want this video to seem too serious. I don't even want it to seem serious at all. No, because I feel like a lot of these advice videos sometimes don't need to seem as serious as they always sound. So let us not try to be too serious here, because there's no manual to life. There's no one manual to doing this thing called life, right? Now, today's topic, as you can tell by the title, is something that a lot of us actually go through. A lot of us have gone through it, a lot of us are going through it, and a lot of us might eventually, at some point in the future, still go through these things. So it is something that I just wanted to talk about on here. I want this space to be sort of a safe space where we can even talk about more serious type thing that relates to our daily lives and just our journey through life in general. And that is the state of feeling behind. A lot of us have been there, we've done that. A lot of us might still eat some point in our life where we'll still feel that same way, just feel like, oh, things are not going to plan. This is not how I planned my life. This is not where I saw myself. All that jazz, all that jazz. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, as we talk, feel free to leave your opinions about any topic that I touch on or any points that I touch on as we progress through the video. Okay, I think in talking about this, one thing I want us to ask ourselves really is, are we truly behind? Am I truly behind? Am I truly not where I'm supposed to be? These are questions we need to ask ourselves, because a lot of times we just, through the hustles of life, maybe you're trying to do something, it's not quite working out, then you just stop, you break down, you're expressing your dissatisfaction about your state in life, your probably your finances, where your career is at, and then you look at you kind of want to imagine the future based off of where you're at, and you're like, this future is looking so vague. The future is vague. Nobody knows tomorrow. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen this next minute. I mean, we can only just plan, right? So sometimes I think we're kind of unfair on ourselves when we just express utter dissatisfaction, utter disappointment in the outcome of our lives so far. I mean, like, it is crazy to think that this life that we know, I think everyone should know, is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not assured for you. It is not assured for me. Nobody has promised you that you're going to live up to the age of 25. Let's start there, because a lot of people have these big dreams, this milestone of achievement that they expect that they should have attained at a certain age. Most of them go like, oh, by 25 I want to be this. I want to have everything sorted out up to this level. I want to be this by 30. I want to slow down. My dear, like we need to slow down sometimes, just chill because you don't know the future. You can only plan based off of your dreams, your aspirations, your interest, and then given your interest, you've seen people that have walked the path that you hope to walk, and you've seen how it panned out for them. You just need to take your time and just remember that yes, you're seeing this person was able to do this and that at this time. It doesn't mean that yours is going to go the exact same way. Like no two journeys are the same. Even twins, can you chill please? Not even twins will not have the exact same lives. So why are we so hell-bent on beating ourselves up for not having achieved certain things at the time that the people we look up to achieve them? I don't know if I'm driving my point clearly enough, because sometimes we just need to chill on, because if you do not take time, sometimes when you've already expressed so much dissatisfaction in like your current predicament and your current list of achievements, because some people list them out. They're like, okay, I have been able to do this. It's good to do that, so you can give yourself like a pat in the back, like, oh, well done. But sometimes when you haven't achieved certain things and you do not handle it so well, it kind of discourages you from looking at it. Like it discourages you from seeing what is still attainable. Some people just end up giving up. Like some people just would end up giving up on their journey. And this stems from one thing: comparison. Like, I believe we all know this saying that goes, comparison is the thief of joy. I just typically say comparison is the killer of joy, because at different times in my life, you guys, at different points in my day-to-day life, sometimes I just get to a point where, unfortunately, like I pride myself in being very aware that my journey is completely different from the next person. But like nobody is perfect. Sometimes you just slip away into that state of mind where you're like, oh, but this person was able to do this, but she was able to do that. He was able to get this by this time. He was able to just do this and got that. And I've been doing this, and I'm unable to get that. You know, it's very, very easy to slip into that state of mind, especially when you compare yourself with other people. Stop comparing yourself with other people. Always remember that no, but the next person's journey is completely different to yours. The Yoruba people say, Mafi ago alago shishe. Do not work with somebody else's time. The time designated for the next person, even to exist on earth, is different from the time that was designated to you. So why would you now want to work with the timeline of the next door neighbor, or the no, why would you want to do that to yourself? You just kill yourself of the joy that you're supposed to be enjoying based off of the things that you have mightily achieved. I say mightily because a lot of times we do not see the power or like the magnitude of the things that we've accomplished, because it is not up to par with the next person. So we completely look down on our achievements. We completely look down on the effort that has gone into that said achievement, because we were comparing ourselves with the next person. Now, comparison is the killer of joy. And I want us to sit and imagine and just picture the time where you were in a positive state of mind. You had this whole positive era. Just picture yourself at a point in time where you completely shut every other person out, and you did not compare yourself with anybody. You were your own milestone, and you did just that. You probably achieved certain things that you set out to achieve. Do you remember that when you set when you are your own contender, you're not comparing yourself with anybody else, you tend to feel more joy in the things you accomplish. Stop to think of that time where you did not compare your achievements with another person. There's this joy that comes with it. Like, there's this joy that you feel. It is so beautiful. You tend to say, oh yes, person, you did that. Girl, you did just that. So, like, comparison just robs you of that joy that you're supposed to have, because yeah, you're not good enough compared to that other person. You're not good enough. Maybe in your room you're good, but once you step out and you're looking at the other person's achievement, maybe you're not good enough. Why do you want to keep doing that to yourself? Why? Like, stop to say, why am I doing this to myself? And maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to get out of that point, that state, and be able to appreciate the things you've come to accomplish, no matter how little they might seem in your head. Thing called comparison has existed since time immemorial. Like, it's not a new thing. We've always seen, even our parents would compare us to that classmate that always come tops in class. You're like, that boy that comes first in your class, does he have two heads? So comparison has always been a thing, but it's left to you to know, like, how to channel comparison. You channel it in a way that probably drives you or motivates you. If you're unable to, like, find the good in things, or find the good in comparing yourself with someone else, then maybe you should not be doing it. Maybe that is not a path that you should tread, because it's going to be doing you more than good. Now, bringing it to our present time, I would like to say that whilst comparison is not a new thing, it has always existed, right? I would dare to say, I want to dare to say that comparison is now almost inevitable in this present day and age. It's now like more elevated, more pronounced. Why? Social media. Obviously. Now, obviously, social media now brings everything that anybody and their mamas are doing in your faces, like at least those that get to share. Social media is something that's supposed to be for fun and, making friends and, sharing happy moments and stuff, has now been has now become something that is detrimental in some sense, in that you're just there scrolling. You've had a bad day and you go on social media to relieve your stress, and you go scrolling through, and then you see all sorts, probably somebody getting engaged and you're not yet engaged. You're like, then you go on, you see this 24-year-old who just got herself a new house, and the other month you had seen that this same 24-year-old had bought a brand new car, and you're like, and I'm only struggling to pay my rent for just a room self-contained. Of course, you are normal. You will compare yourself. You'll be like, oh damn, my life is just a mess. I think I'm just a loser. These thoughts will come up now. You see people the people you don't know, they share bits of their lives on social media, and you're just here comparing your unedited life with theirs. First off, you do not know the source of these people's income. You only know your own struggles, you only know your own journey, and your current predicament. But unfortunately, you go on social media and all of these things are in your face, then you slip again into that state of mind that I'm really behind. Look at all my mates. This one has just gotten a new house. Or she just got married. Oh, this my classmate just had a baby. So many things are coming up in your faces on a bad day. Sometimes on a very good day where, oh, you just managed to buy yourself a brand new phone, and then you're like, oh, let me check on social media, and you're seeing somebody has just gone on a dinner date and splurged your entire salary in one sitting, and you're like, ah, now wow, why is my life like this? We all have been there, we've done that. There was a time in my life where back at home, like because of the financial state that we were at, not like we could not afford food, but like the types of food that were available or that was available at that time were not things that interest me. And if you know me, you know I love food and I followed a lot of food pages. So in my real life, I cannot even afford to eat like fried rice and chicken. But I go on social media and I'm just seeing all this tantalizing and inviting food. Trust me, at that point in time, I think that's like one point in time where I can say that I felt a little depressed. Yeah, food. Something as trivial as food on social media. Yes, it happened to me. Now, that was not the motive of the people sharing the video, but that was what it did to me. How did I manage it? Because obviously I enjoy this content, but because I know that at this point in time, maybe that's not the best thing for me to do. I probably just uh, change the approach with which I interpret these videos. What I do, I just look at it and I save it. I'm like, when I get a little bit of change, I'm gonna try this. And when it was not even helping like that, I decided to just scroll. Whenever I see food, I just scroll past it. I did not unfollow them because I did not think it was that bad. But like when it got to a point that I would just skip the food because it was really getting to me. Now that's just one instance. A lot of us have different things that trigger us and trigger this feeling of failures in our minds whenever we scroll on social media. But have you stopped to think that you're actually comparing apples to tomatoes, unrelated, right? Why would you be comparing yourself with someone who has a completely different background, completely different opportunities surrounded that person growing up? Why will I now be comparing myself to them? Now, knowing these things that trigger you, how do you reduce the impact that this social media is having on you? How do you reduce the occurrence of comparison in your life? Number one, eliminate anything that will bring about comparison. If you have to unfollow certain pages for your sanity, for your own mental health, do that by all means. Now, if you want to mute them for a bit, also do that. If you do not want to be too rugged in your approach, then maybe you change how you receive this content. Change how you consume and absorb this content. For example, when I go on social media, I see young people, doing amazing for themselves, doing bigger things that I currently cannot even think to afford to do. How I approach it, I'm like, oh wow, now wow, this life no bad. You might want to take it like, oh, a joke and stuff. I go like, oh wow, this life no balance. So just I'm happy for them. I'm like, wow, look at this young person. Like, lucky you. I like it. Sometimes I even comment. but I don't absorb that information that I got from that post to now start placing my life side by side with this person and start to see that, oh, I am like this and they are like that. No, that is not what I do, because I always remind myself that our backgrounds are totally different, which is why you should not judge a book by its cover, which is why you shouldn't, the first thing that comes to your head should not be comparing yourself or your life with somebody else's on social media, because it might just be a case of you comparing apples to bananas, for example. So, number one, eliminate anything that brings about comparison. If you have to mute the post, mute it. If you have to unfollow certain pages, unfollow them. And if you would like to just change the way you consume this content, how you want to interpret it, by all means, do that. Another way that I feel we can prevent ourselves from slipping to the state of feeling behind is following relatable content. Follow relatable pages. Like I said, social media has a lot of perks, a lot of advantages to it, but it can be more harmful than, beneficial in some sense if you do not control how you use it or how you consume content from it. Tell me why someone whose mom and dad can only afford to provide you with a room in a face me I face you apartment, for example. In case you do not know, a face me I face is just like it's like the type of house that a low income earner can afford. Like, can only afford to get you like the cheap Android phones, but you use your social media to follow the children of those wealthy people that take first class trips, that go shopping and shop for only designer items. Of course, if that's the only type of content you follow and consume, you will feel like your life is a failure. Like, you will just feel like a failure. You will feel like your life is just not worth anything. A lot of people don't even use their social media, like they do not post on social media because they feel like their lives are just not worth sharing. They feel like, oh, their wins are not even worth posting online. Not like you post everything good that happens in your life, but like you go out. Why do you have social media if you cannot just dress nice on a good day and attend the wedding and post it, for example? Some people just feel like, oh, their outfit is not good enough compared to all the ones all the ones that they have glorified on social media. And that is simply because you only consume unrelatable content that you have no business consuming in the first place. Because one, why are you following someone who only takes luxury trips? Why? Now, while there's nothing wrong with following these pages, but you see that it's doing you more harm than good, but you still sit there and only follow people who are living the classy lives. It's good to dream. It's good to follow a few pages that, of people that have luxury lifestyles, just so, you probably are able to motivate yourself that, oh, you want, at some point in your life, you want to be able to do these things, right? But when you have social media and all you follow is like a complete opposite of what your reality is, then maybe you're doing yourself more harm than good. Period. Now, in my opinion, as someone who, is from an average home, I hope, of course, to leave mediocrity behind. I hope, of course, to one day be able to live a very comfortable life. Yes, I will follow people who I see were like me once upon a time in their lives. I will follow people who were like me, who did not have much and have probably been able to grow from it and do well for themselves and be able to achieve that kind of lifestyle that I hope to be able to achieve. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, I will most likely follow more of those types of people. Yes, I'm going to follow people who live good lifestyles so I can see that there's life outside of the one that I know. But when you check or your followings, or the kind of content you follow on social media and consume, it's just things that are totally unattainable by you as of now. How are you not going to slip into the state of feeling behind? How will you not feel like your life is a mess? How will you not feel like your life is not worth anything? How? So you want to control the kinds of pages that you follow. You want to make sure you follow people that, oh, they've risen from the shackles of poverty through legit means. Anyway, you want to follow those types of people. Those are the kind of people that can inspire you and always give you that boost of encouragement, even when you're feeling like, oh, you're trying out things and they're not working out for you. I believe that those are the kind of people someone like me, people like us should follow, not packing all the unrelatables and following them. Of course, you will feel like your life is a pot of beans. So I will say, be real with yourself, be realistic with the types of content you consume. Okay, now I do not want this video to be too long. I think I've just spoken based on how I see things. If you have any extra things to add, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I hope this video is able to awaken you and help you see that you really aren't behind at all. You probably are doing like an unfair comparison of your life vis-a-vis another person that has completely different background to yours. Yeah, so I hope that this video helps you feel better, helps you get out of that state of mind that you probably are in. I hope it helps you feel better. Really, that is the purpose of this video. And yeah, so if you have any video suggestions such as these kinds of topics that you want us to sit down and talk about, you would love to hear my opinion and my view of them, please feel free to leave them below, and I would love to talk about them. If it's something that I'm comfortable with, airing my opinion and view about, I will jump on it, best believe. Yeah, because of course some topics might not be very comfortable for me. So if it's something that I'm comfortable with, I will jump on it. So yeah, please feel free to leave your recommendations on what I should talk about next in the comments below, and I'll get right into it. Thank you again for watching. Let me know what you think about the video, about the points that I mentioned, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to thumbs up the video, and if you are yet to subscribe, kindly do so right now. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye. I'll catch you on my next one. Bye, guys.